Hi everybody, it's Nick Leclerc again. I really wanted to talk about fear again this morning and fear into power, and I'm really curious about a question. Is fear a sort of permissible or easy subject for people to talk about, certainly publicly? And I'm just curious if we find ourselves unable to talk about fear and the reasons for that. I think in our culture we're taught to be very strong, and certainly in some parts of business, showing fear is a sign of weakness and sometimes career limiting. And I'm just curious how that plays out in society as a whole. So I'm kind of aware that we lock it all up like a pressure vessel, and sometimes we can be in fear and not be able to release it, and the pressure builds up and builds up, and then suddenly it pops, but it's in the most unlikely of places, and we might end up picking an argument with our partner, or shouting at the kids, or maybe we use alcohol or drugs to numb our nervous systems so that we can somehow kind of cope with it. And unspoken fears might be a big part of what we're dealing with at the moment as a global population. So I'm curious about the other end of that scale and what advanced cultures do in terms of managing their fears and even being able to talk about them openly. And I think once we can get out of our ego constrictions and the tightness of our ego identity, having to be strong all the time, there may be some more leeway to acknowledge and recognize and release some of the things that are inside holding us back. And I'm really curious what your take of this, what your take on this is, and does that resonate with anyone here? So I'm asking really for another thought about fear being a taboo subject and how we get to kind of acknowledge and heal it. So curious about your thoughts. I'm really grateful if you can comment at all and share this to anyone who think would have an interesting answer to the question. And thanks for listening. Cheers for now. Bye.